yes, you the Bibiaba, Mahama Care. What is the difference between Mahama Care and NHIS? If you say, and Yamina me de bae, and Yamina my Yamana could do say, and Jen and Miss Mimmy Bibi, send a baya, Yadim better. For what? And if you now walk or set it up for Mahama Care, walk or set your office, but qua chief executive, a waste of money. Says she can be a break industrialization. I'm an industry scrubber, and I say we'll use it to improve national health insurance. Oh, yeah, and national identification, yeah, by this time can do a chirama yenima be you rock for buy. Obesha say politicization. I buy a buyer, on the Pocasa, PNC, near to a Mansika. Ebu. So I say. Now, media, I believe, say, we have gotten to a stage. We must have a developmental plan. You must follow it. We must follow it. Send your we will get a solution. Here, flood yabe. Yeah, politicizing. And OBS say, and the investigation, and the look, that is one. The investigation that you do, will it bring the dead back?
No.
What is the problem? This was the problem. Years ago, we identified this is a year implemented to ensure, say, it will reduce the problem. And to what buy, you know, so what dream? Say, citizen, if the citizenry are your priority as a political party or as a government, obey near man, a bit sweet to no, I mean, what is it? That's a kwanya waba. What's a mere buying for? A free number forensic audit. Now, all man for at a quine in futuro, a respiratory problems, a costro. Ufi Accra Kokumasia, instead can be a 4 hours and not 5 hours. Now you spend 10 hours going. What do you man want? So, yes, sir. What do you man want? Oh, drink or man who first. You do things that will make life convenient and easy for people. Now, Argentina, I'm mindful for they do that. But Ghana, they look as if say because of politicization, and everything that we are doing, it rather makes life extremely difficult for the citizenry. But why is it that the citizenry, we are not demanding accountability? We are not demanding, say, every single political party or political entity must put Ghana first and your political party becomes second.
Omo society, no, civil society groups, asofo and an anonymous. Drew baby a dianom do na yesi forma kase da bi ha wokoi ye ma wonko ye Ghana has say civil society groups ahon keka no enye adentia
na ye wo kroma the same civil society at a point in time ye nyina hu na ye nyina ye adwen say omani ye di na omope galamsey asem omuji gina mu din. On my amamu ne sign ekodi political party for
and is inside.
Obeka say civil society for here they say about man. And do they even merit the name civil society? They don't. From my perspective, they don't. You understand? It is more of a political party grouping. Because the things they speak about, they don't speak about things that is in the best interest of the ordinary Ghanaian in this country. No. Oh, Galamsey. What were they demanding from Nanado? Declare state of emergency. Yeway. Why are they not on their high horses demanding the same thing from His Excellency John Dramani Mahama. Why? Has it become better? Or it is getting worse? As software na no mu demanding no. They say Holy Spirit at all manumana. No, that is a question we need to ask. We are not consistent. But when you are not truthful to yourself, you betray your nation. I'm telling you. We have had independence almost 70 years. Meba. What can we be proud of? What can we be proud of? Just even drainage, common drainage system, we cannot even manage. Systematic failure from the local assembly, from everywhere, there is a failure. Everywhere. Because people create situations in such a way that when the emergencies come, they make money. Look at NADMO. Every year, NADMO this, NADMO that, NADMO that. In Kroni, you are hurricane, but they survive. 22 million, it's 11 millimeters of rain, and 22 millimeters of rain. We lose life. And unfortunate thing is that we don't learn from it. Or because we failed. Yes, it is failed. But the point is there are agencies, there are governmental institutions who are supposed to ensure that people do not dump the filth. What? In those places, are they working? Are they working?
Why not also
It's the local government. Yes, now I say, me, I remember very well.
Now, the local government minister now, why not also or question?
As a president,
President is one question now. Why? President one question now. The end
sometimes I wonder whether in the governmental institution, I stand to be corrected, whether there are targets that are set for people that they employ as ministers, as chief executives, as yes, because nothing seems to happen.
Working.
Nothing seems to be working. You understand? But who your chief executive near the Transnational, your target is to make sure, say, we don't get flood. What do you plan to call? You've been given the needed resources to do that. Now, near Sanya I just say people are not talking about today. And they say, oh yeah, demolition. And now prophecy waterway. When they were building, the local assembly, the inspectors and this thing, where were they? Do you build a story building in a day? So why is it that we only take action to demolish, but we do not take action
to punish
all those people who were supposed to stop that thing from happening, to punish them? Elsewhere, when a building collapses and people die, people are charged. They are charged and brought before court for manslaughter. Because we were Juma and can kokunipa. But here, nothing happens. Then we take the cameras and say we are demolishing. What are you demolishing? Yes, and one. Baby, I'm abokobi. Baby, na water reservoir. Near Philip. Yeah, Philip. And you see, it will surprise you to know the assembly, even when they put stop work signboard, notice there that this is water something water this thing. So you cannot build there. That was all. Yeah, feeling when you and you just small part for the bridge, for the water. But I remember quite now on the vast land, quite tell my home no water law. You see,
and I know
saying so you Yasan says go.
And I know environmental scientists back who Edin Como sa waterlog ni nya se na adwuma ho ne se nsuo to na se eba na agye nsuo no so ho na nsuo na ba be tai ho enti onyankopon yeye se ebeboa ma yetumi de asi flada no ena yen yakata ni nyina so na yesisi adan de asi so di nsuo no ba oni ba bia wo nyina ye fie no ba be gina
ekogupu mu so na pon so se ma men
ne na asofo omo wo kroma ene asoro no omo de yedi ho nkomo omo responsibility wo mu
yes
ekwan be so
say asoro more or less is like a civil society that you are supposed to help shape and model people in the country. But now, I stand to be corrected. Some of them are more interested in how big their title becomes, and
no Thanksgiving. We said it makunku na chese ono obano chese.
I'm praying Thanksgiving for what?
Yakobo mpai uzi
yako tanke den. Say Nyankopon so ma flood ba ye beku yan ana. And I say no, you see, these are things that people should ask. Because what they are about say be a call radio station, announcement, there's going to be a Thanksgiving service. Ask them. The journalist will ask whoever brought the advert, you are going to thank God for what?
It was a prayer for the country. No Nyankopon emehu ye mobo.
Prayer for the country. Yes, prayers work. I believe in prayers. I believe in God. I serve a living God. But the point is, you have a responsibility. How often do we even devote time in the church to educate people why they should be clean? Because cleanliness is next to godliness. Do we even spend time on that?
Enra na me kan say sorry no eye na dwen say omo beye adi ho nkomo a within 3-6 months ye ma ibesesa churches ni nyina no leaders no eni so ade hunu na sorry no efa na me nyini say asafo no won hihye say o ena me preaching ya me ko ye be preaching ye the instruction free headquarters abase de be koso bia e be kan wasem bia na enye si ebedi e ho ni verse o mo kan o mo de kan ho kra se efie bi efi wo mo nsam be ba ho na ba efo be ba ho a obi afie be clean because eno ne yegidi nanso so yenye de ye twen ene se yeyie ebeba yedie ebeba ye ma be kwa abrochire na ye yare wi a ne ya bunko to dwese ye bompa so Nyankopon me say yare e possible.
Me, I believe. You see, I remember those times. Yesusa, ni eko school or Anglican. Oh, look. There was discipline. Every week they will inspect your nails. As part of the cleanliness.
Yeah.
So
those is normal yet.
Near Chirao. Say, you say, would you give ya over to the actually? No, we were taught all those things. And the every year part of us. Some me say, some piano. Dear, by the time my mess could do fear, no better me come. I'm come my fee. Because any idea be a may have a genuinity debt. What do? I leave it in my car. We could do fear. May ya to me. So I say, because I front on the idea. Say me room my future my to be happening. No. You understand? But say no. Parent no cry yet. Parent in the banana no. Eh, or chira you understand my point? And you know, we have lost our focus. Look, if we want to people to put their country first, the educational curriculum, we have to look at it. First, you go school. What can pledge? What can assassinate? What can God bless our homeland, Ghana? You understand? But Sanya Manina says They say, could I say a child?
At the lower level.
One say, and can say, yeah, we could have even technology is there. Say, if in Ponka, or phone crowd also. Once you are in Ghana, or phone crowd also, you should have about patriotic something about this country for be about 30 seconds. You understand? We inculcate into people. I mean, look at our local stations, TV stations and the rest. What do they do? Yes, it will be the telling novella. Which are novella? And you didn't come into me more.
Telenovela.
That is the point. Where is our direction? So, until we change the direction, people will continue to become unpatriotic. They will be loyal to their paymasters, people who put money in their pocket, not their country. And until that thing is changed, we will forever turn everything into party politics.
When we also lead this change?
We have to do the change from our various homes. Our various homes, yes, it helps when you have somebody who volunteer himself as a change maker in a community. You understand? In the various communities, you have people who volunteer themselves as change makers. It helps. But this change must be driven. Like you said, do you think, say, if the religious bodies, the Islamic, Christian, and all this, if they take it upon themselves, say, for the next 1 year, our teachings and everything will be based on cleanliness, preserving the environment. Because when you don't preserve the environment, suppose we are Christian and now say Islaminia, yeah, Musliminia. So won't preserve the environment in there because it was created by God. So if you are not preserving it, you are not worshiping the God that you say you are serving. You understand? Because obe kaya minim se bia mo de mo tren kron ketewa mu a kron ketewa mu no ye be ka kire wo bia ye nsi niema wo nsuo ho.
Yes.
Ye nyunso mu nsuo ho.
Yes.
Ye nyewei because people believe that these bodies are occupied by spirits, and there has to be that respect to those entities. And there were certain things we were not doing. Can you imagine, say, Krokituam, now what Tambola, no Kotoatunsu? Why have you crowd chronic was war? But today, what do we do? What do we see? What do we see? Car engine, Obu or her, why even the septic in his home were connected to the gutter. And in so ye happen will be. In so ye happen will be. And we have local government, the assemblies, the metropolitan assemblies, they are not working. They are not working. Look, me area, Abokobi, I have seen that they have this task force there. Okay, now, the lorry station, the market area, every time there was so much chaos. Now when they brought in the tax force, ensuring that people are not parking anywhere, people are not misbehaving, there is sanity. You understand? But somebody will say, oh, is it sustainable? Yes, if you want it to be sustainable, it will be sustainable. Because why yet? What creative parking? So there is nothing like free parking. You park, you pay. You park, you pay. You park, you pay. You do this, you pay. You do this, you pay. Look, I'll give you an example. Germany, Frankfurt. They realized that there were a lot of unemployment was going on. The number of people on benefit was increasing. Then the assembly or the local in Frankfurt said, okay, now let's create environmental police. So they created environmental police. So that's been here. Now one can't drink. Maybe I will talk to that's been now to now ton chain. Now pretend they say well okay happen. The environmental police come. They issue you with a receipt. Electronic payment, 50 euros. So it is that money that they generate. Now, and they have put a system in place. Making sure say the money that they take, the money goes to the local assemblies. But this is a country, property rate, the local assemblies cannot even collect. They cannot even collect. Property rate, they cannot collect. Why? Because they are so inefficient. And you know, now you take the money, now the Kutian Krofaka Keka. Why will people pay? But when you pay them, you take the money, and I see that development is taking place in my locality. Everybody will pay. That is how it is. Market tolls. There are so many markets. Development doesn't take. Meanwhile, every single day they take market toll. Where does the money go? All because we are unpatriotic.
And this one says, what you are talking about is what Ben Bonhoeffer calls the tier of stupidity. By stupidity, Bonhoeffer is not insulting others' intelligence. Instead, he is pointing to a deeper psychological condition where ideology and woundedness come together to create something more like a social virus. And I think that's where we found ourselves. Politicians manipulate the people, or the people are fooled. And found a solution to this is a big issue. In fact, bigger than managing a natural debt or national debt or conquering a galamsey. You see, we a free Ura Sylvester Asari eho na very interesting. What you are talking about is what Bonhoeffer calls the tier of stupidity. By stupidity, Bonhoeffer is not insulting others' intelligence. Instead, he is pointing to a deeper psychological condition where ideology and woundedness come together to create something more like a social virus. And I think that's where we found ourselves. Politicians manipulate the people, or the people are fooled. And finding a solution to this is a big issue. In fact, bigger than managing a national debt or conquering the galamsey in our country. Sylvester Sari ena ode we by openi my emphasida emfa emma o man no wo asembo no popa o man no wo asembo no popa bia ye nam sisi no aye fosre na ewumu ana se ye ya sikwe me ewumu ana ya san aba echi na se say e ya ye west titu ewo bibia na politicize no. So we had the Mampeni John Mahama AJ Efa Accra Kumasi Kwen. Yeah, was who was Sanko Ifufra. The Ayami ya and he said anyone was with your phone a clear Kwan or the Aman because they were commander in chief of the Ghana Armed Forces. And Timua more class are Quano. One to me and can't Mampeni say and then I'm more down. Was there and I'm Central Region. One to me and can't my penny say, Commander, are you ready? MYNTino, and I'm a kind of one G. Yeah, you won't be the say ya. A bet take you 10 hours. Kumasi for an hour, so I come out. What could be some Nomsico ye? Sweet Lane was a highway. Say, you know. Chairman say nyansa na aboye nyina wo senso so nimdie ne nyina yenio mi nyansa na aboye nyina senso nimdie ne nyina yenio senso so sabro ne aye adwensi ediu nso so minim de be me ya sa sentitiya nso ne ya nya ne yie me nhyɛ na hunu de ma ye de ye okromai.
I agreed.
Obi a o ye greedy bia so pani eye entitiya yesua. Because fear abeche ene o ma wo mu nkwada ne nyina akope. Ndi hu so obi ye greedy a na entitiya no anya ne yie ofie.
I agree. Oh, okay. Na aya oka no bebre a nipa bebre say na papa we die na sem kan die obeka ne se ne tie na papa we na no ya na papa we look no cry ba kope. I remember some years ago we took kwan ekodua ankwanta me kodu krom ho no ramufa. I was amazed. You know why? Because the chrono has been planned. I won't say a kwanda. No bia so sini dan a onye bibia mfansi kwan ye nyi gata nto kwan mu eye mfuturu kwan na deda danko. You see, it has been planned, well planned. Bankana I do ka se sa chrono bia ya nkwanta ono ensuo kwan nam ho a kro ya plan ye be mo akwa gosi edan de si so.
And this one says here, the point you made about the role of churches is perfect, but some churches have also taken sides. You are aware of how some pastors take unamenable stance during elections. The country is so polarized such that it will probably take God's intervention to take us out of the woods. Na odi we bai akra yemfa seda emfa emao ede na ama Ghana ba bia enam yenam wa be ka no kure ba kono yempo asem wa political party yempo asem omanfo no so wo se omu gina wachi no nso a omu nyina no adane asem foforo. And this one says, my simple question is, what is the mandate and work of the Christian Council of the Council of State? We need to strike out because they can't go contrary to the direction of the president. Open so chile say omugo tu mampanifo na omutimi nko contrary to na futu ono Council of State efutu ono omde baba mampani opa no obefa opa wonfa ye practice executive presidency whereby ye do man adwapade nyina including nipa wo nyina ahye ne nsa ye kwa bato me ka kire mu se ye to aba ne wie na enye bibi a wo ye amratia constitution na obeye de opebia na oye enti so man no nte na komam na so no Ghana man a minia omfa ho anke nsu beto amna yi da man krofo ama watena helicopter ekura phone na odi twa
e hia helicopter de rescue krofo
ono team ade a chia no a share white say okobom paye na osa kura ne phone. The demeanor and the actions and inactions a chira baby a ugina and baby a wodru of our home or kwa mabiu nti over to ne wabusuya for
we talk Ghanaians
na senye wickedness a okona o mabiu nti a o man say embo
we talk Ghanaians
eba ne say na the Ghana Fire Service for e de ahoma la ko bi me hwe say rescue and all rescue bi no afi ono ankasa kure nsuo no fa no na chopper ba ko ebetumi dia yeju bi ase amaye nsuo yiri na ho na o ma jaya ahoma bi na ye de abekekere wasen obi afa ho na o de abekekere wasen na ho ani apejaw mampani mom ti chopper num e na o de nam wiem na o de hwe fom. It's a shame, but baby ayedro no Ghana ye you know hadwen.
No, it is our time Ghanaians.
Me say yan sorry kasa yan sorry am tietiem am a leader obetumi a rescue ya free baby ayi a ebe ko ne say ya
yes
omo ya no mo boy ma ne nkwada.
But you see, the point in say, a man and Palanso Mobon, they can also arise. That is the point. It doesn't only have to be men. Because they know Yas Antoine, sorry you. And where are our Yas Antoines today? Where are they today? You understand? Where are they today? Because until say we rise up to demand accountability from our leaders, all the way starting from assemblyman, a whole area or unit committees for anything. Until we start demanding from them to the MC, to the minister, to the MP, and to the rest, it will be like that. Nothing will happen.
It's sad.
Nothing will happen. Everywhere I have been in the Western world, everywhere there is accountability. Right down from the police, the Inspector General of Police, to everybody, there is accountability. But here, there is nothing like accountability. It is whom you know, how well you are connected. So people do things with impunity. And until that is resisted, people will not become patriotic to their nation. Why should I be patriotic when I know tomorrow, let's say if I run to the court will not even give me a fair hearing?
Adansia Sokwa Agenda 111 project under siege as illegal miners take over lands behind the facility. That's where we are now.
Don't we have a DISEC? That is what? District Security Council. We have it. So if they cannot handle the Galamsey people, can they escalate it to the region? But because of, you see, I said greed. Because of somebody's personal interest, everybody will turn a blind eye.
Chairman,
Yes, sir.
thanks for coming. Very, very sad. Very sad. Very, very sad.